back on the silver screen. His much-awaited spy thriller, Pathaan, has finally been released. And from the looks of it, the movie is shaping up to be a blockbuster. Too early to say, but the signs are good. The morning shows reported a total occupancy of 60%, which is second only to KGF2. And don't forget, today's a Wednesday, a full-fledged working day here in India. The movie is currently running in more than 5,000 theatres across India. After today's success, almost 300 new shows have been added to theatres by owners. Industry experts are betting that Pathaan will single-handedly revive Bollywood after a spell of disasters. But more importantly, it's also a slap on the face of the boycott brigade. A BJP Home Minister, if you remember, threatened to ban the movie in Madhya Pradesh. Bajrang Dal goons threatened to burn down theatres. Yet Pathaan is flying high at the box office. What does that tell you? It tells you that the boycott brigade is a tiny group that is making a lot of noise and it gets a lot of attention. The vast majority of Indians watch movies to have a good time, not to find ways to be offended by the actors' clothing choices. But we'll discuss the politics sometime later. Today is all about the movie and the actors. Pathaan is marking Shahrukh Khan's return to the silver screen after 4 years. And according to many critics, the movie lovers, it was worth the wait. Take a look at the scenes from inside the theatres. Renuka Vyavahare is a film critic. She writes for the Times of India. She's already seen the film. So we'll ask her whether it's worth the watch. Renuka, thank you very much for your time here on Mirror Now. Can I ask you what you thought of the film?
I think I was listening to what you were saying before. I saw the 6 a.m. show today in the morning, and you won't believe this, but
oh, wow.
There was people were queuing up outside the theaters. There were posters of Shahrukh Khan, and I don't remember the last time I saw this kind of frenzy for a Hindi film. And it was insane. It was houseful at 6 a.m. in the morning, and there were a lot of expectations were riding on this film, especially given the whole low face for Bollywood that we've been seeing in the past, and a lot of expectations because it's Shahrukh Khan's comeback movie in a way. And I must say this, it was totally worth the hype. The film is not very strong in terms of story, but as a spy thriller, as a back-to-back action sequences, be it the glamour, be it the style, be it the hot look of Shahrukh Khan, as we've been talking about, the smoldering, the man bun and the six-pack, and John is there, and Deepika, I think they all pack a punch, and the action scenes are fab. Dimple Kapadia is fabulous in the film. So I would say it is a perfect time to take your families and watch this film in theaters. It's worth the wait.
And you've had, I read your review before I got into the show. You've had some very good things to say about John Abraham.
Oh, absolutely. I think I wrote on Twitter a few days ago. It was way back, I think 20 years ago almost, or maybe something like we saw him in Dhoom on a bike. And I think years later, he's still got it. You know, he's still out there. I think he's probably the strongest, a rival that a hero could have in a long time, because we love seeing the face-off movies where there's a strong villain and there's a strong hero. And I think the clash, kind of between them is the highlight of the movie. And a lot of films really have these extremely strong heroes and weak villains, but this is not one of those. You have an extremely strong villain. So I think John is fantastic. I think he, for me, was the highlight of Pathan as well.
Okay, so A, you're saying it's Paisa Vasool. B, you're saying it's worth the watch for John Abraham. C, would you be in a position to say right now, having watched the 6 a.m. film, the 6 a.m. show, that this could perhaps help bring people back to theatres, to help revive Bollywood a bit, which has seen a pretty rough patch in the last couple of years?
There has been this ongoing debate about getting people back to theatres because there's a huge rise of OTT. And I think we love the comfort of our homes and watching movies in our pajamas. We got too comfortable doing that. But nothing beats the theatrical experience. Nothing beats watching your favorite hero or a favorite action hero on the big screen. And I think Pathan definitely works for that reason because you have Siddharth Anand who's helmed it, and Siddharth is known to be a huge fanboy of Hollywood mainstream blockbusters like be it Mission Impossible or Top Gun, or he also remade Night and Day, which was Tom Cruise's film with Critic, which was called Bang Bang. War was a huge hit for him. So I think, yeah, definitely worth that ticket. So it has everything that you need in a big theatrical experience. It has glamorous songs. It has great action pieces. It has those punchy, filmy dialogues that you really want. You know, the masala potboiler has, you know, and I think Shahrukh Khan for a long time was more in an experimental mode because we saw him doing a superhero film. We saw him doing Zero, where he was doing playing a dwarf. So I think here it is back to basics. It is back to him doing what people want to see him. You know, this really hot action guy. And I think action at the age of 57, I think it is extremely commendable for him to pull off something like that in front of someone like John Abraham. I think it works. The bargain works.
It works. Renuka, I have to let it go because my producer is telling me to wrap the show. But I will very quickly ask you then for how many points you have given the film out of 5. You've given it 3.5, and here you are praising it to the skies.
3.5. I just told you in the beginning. The story for me was slightly wasn't the strong point of the film. They could have worked a little better on the VFX as well. But I think where it works is the star power, which Shah Rukh Khan gets all in. And that is what should get you to watch Pathan in theaters.
Okay. So, Renuka, essentially you're telling us to go watch the film. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you, Renuka. Good to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, everyone.
With that,
Thank
it's a wrap from me.
Bye.
Afrida is joining you. Bye. With that, it's a wrap from me. Afrida is joining you at the top of 7 with all the big headlines. Do stay with us.